Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what we're about to discuss is a game changer, not just for the Commanders, but for the entire NFC landscape. Rumors are swirling, and they're pointing to a blockbuster trade that could reshape how Washington approaches their secondary and their overall strategy for the upcoming seasons. The buzz is that the Pittsburgh Steelers, sitting comfortably at 5-2 and in the middle of a transition in the AFC North, are in serious talks to trade Minkah Fitzpatrick. Yes, Minkah Fitzpatrick, a four-time Pro Bowler, a ball hawk with a versatile skill set, a guy who's been a cornerstone of the Steelers' defense and one of the most dynamic safeties in the league. And all of this is happening as the Steelers are looking to free up cap space, around $20 million, while dealing with a weak offensive line that's allowing around 25 sacks this season. So, the Steelers are motivated, and they're looking to make moves that could not only bring draft capital, but also help them address their pressing needs on the line of scrimmage. But what's truly intriguing here is what this means for the Commanders. Washington, after their recent struggles, especially in the secondary, are eyeing Minkah as a potential anchor. The team currently has a cap space of around $26 million, which isn't huge, but enough to make a serious push for a player of Minkah's caliber, especially considering their needs after the injury to Harris, who's been sidelined with multiple concussions, and the underwhelming performance of their reserve safeties like Forrest. Commanders see Minkah Fitzpatrick not just as a good player but as a game changer, someone capable of elevating the entire secondary and transforming what has been a weak spot into a strength. In terms of what Minkah brings to the table, let's dive into some numbers because they tell a story of elite production. He's been a ball hawk, with a career total of 19 interceptions and 4 touchdowns. He's versatile enough to cover tight ends, run support, and play center field in the deep zone. His PFF coverage grade hovers around 90, 8 for 2025, placing him among the top safeties in the league. He's allowed a passer rating of just 62. 1 when targeted, and his EPA per pass allowed stands at an impressive -0.28. Think about that. That's the kind of player who can shut down a significant portion of the field, make quarterbacks think twice, and create turnovers that can shift the momentum in a game. For the Steelers, trading Minkah isn't just about clearing cap space. It's about acquiring draft capital, specifically a conditional first-round pick in the 2026 draft. This pick could be crucial for them, especially if they're planning to rebuild their roster, perhaps bolstering their pass rush or offensive line, which has been a sore point this season. They're also avoiding an extension for Minkah, which would cost around $18 million per year, and instead, they're opting for draft capital that could pay dividends down the line. Now, why are the Commanders so interested? Well, after a 4-3 start, they've been struggling with turnovers, ranking around 20th in the league with just 1 interceptions per game. Their secondary has been inconsistent, and with Harris on IR, the void in coverage has been glaring. Minkah's addition could be the spark that the defense needs to take a significant leap. Imagine a tandem of Minkah and Forbes leading the secondary, creating a top-tier coverage unit that can match up against the league's best receivers. Minkah's presence would also complement the progress of other defensive stars like Chase Young and Montez Sweat, making the entire defense more cohesive. And here's where the impact gets even more dramatic. When Minkah joins the Commanders, the team's expected points added per pass, EPA pass, could see a boost of around 22%. This translates into an expectation of roughly 7 additional interceptions across the season, which is huge. His coverage grade, which already hovers around elite levels, is projected to increase by about 18%, especially in deep ball scenarios where his instincts and ball skills shine. His ability to read the quarterback and make plays on the ball is exceptional, and that's exactly what the Commanders need to elevate their defense into the top part of the league. Let's also talk about run defense because Minkah isn't just a coverage safety. He's a solid tackler, about 45 solo tackles so far, and he grades highly in run support with a run defense grade of around 72.5. His presence alone could help reduce the number of rushing touchdowns allowed, which has been a problem this season. The team has seen a reduction from 10 rushing TDs to around 6 with Minkah in the fold, a significant improvement that not only helps in games, but also sets a tone for the entire defense. Now, comparing Minkah's potential impact to other recent defensive upgrades, like Ramsey's addition to the Dolphins, gives us perspective. Ramsey's arrival boosted the Dolphins' pass defense, increasing their point differential by about 150 points. Minkah, with a 91. 2 grade in coverage, could do something similar for Washington, filling the void left by Harris and turning the secondary into a matchup nightmare for opponents. His ability to cover the deep ball, combined with his knack for creating turnovers, could push the Commanders' defense into the top 6 in the league, increasing their chances of winning close games and competing for playoff seeding. The ripple effects aren't just on the defensive side. Offensively, if the defense can generate more turnovers and set up better field position, it'll allow the offense to operate more efficiently, especially with a talented quarterback and a promising young receiver like Jahan Dotson. The team's overall win probability in games could see a boost of about 15%, which might be the difference between a playoff team and a middle-of-the-pack squad. And looking further ahead, the Super Bowl odds for Washington are starting to look more promising. Currently, they sit at around plus 3,000, but with a move like this, adding Minkah Fitzpatrick, their odds could improve dramatically, perhaps dropping to around plus 1,400. That's a huge shift, and it positions the Commanders as serious spoilers, especially against teams like the Cowboys, who are currently favored at plus 1,000. Minkah's knack for making game-changing plays could be the X-factor in the postseason, turning close games into victories and giving Washington a real shot at making noise in the playoffs. This isn't just about a single player, though. It's about the vision of the team's front office, about building a defense that can sustain success for years to come. Minkah Fitzpatrick's addition would be a statement, an indication that the Commanders are serious about competing at the highest level, about establishing a new era of dominance reminiscent of the great defenses of the 90s, but with a modern twist. Imagine a secondary that's as intimidating as those legendary units, with Minkah's ball skills and instinct combined with the rush of Sweat and Chase Young. It's a recipe for a defense that can disrupt any offense and impose their will on game day. And the broader context, well, this move would set off a chain reaction across the league. Other teams would take notice, and the Commanders' ambitions would be clear. They're here to contend, to shake up the NFC, and to make a real run at the Super Bowl. The NFC is wide open this year, with teams like the Lions, the Eagles, and the 49ers all vying for supremacy. But with Minkah Fitzpatrick in the fold, the Commanders could leapfrog many of these teams, especially on defense, and become a legitimate contender. So what does this mean for the fans? It means hope, excitement, and a renewed belief that this team is on the brink of something special. It's about dreaming big, about envisioning a future where the Commanders are not just a good team, but a dominant one, built on a foundation of smart moves and bold decisions. The potential trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick isn't just a move for this season. It's a signal that Washington is committed to building a defense that can carry them for years. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Minkah Fitzpatrick can be the piece that finally pushes this team into serious Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. Do you think the front office will pull the trigger? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing Minkah in the burgundy and gold? And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more news about your Washington Commanders. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. This is a team that's on the rise, and with moves like these, the future looks incredibly bright. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Commanders.